extraordinary and heroic life requires no invention. Dale L. Walker, 2004. Prologue. In Oswego, New York, on June 10, 1982, the United States Postal Service issued a 20-cent stamp commemorating Dr. Mary Walker, Army surgeon. Under the benevolent likeness of Dr. Walker, looking very much like a demure character from a Louisa May Alcott novel, was the legend, Medal of Honor. The stamp must have puzzled those who missed the Postal Service publicity announcing its issue. A woman won the Medal of Honor? Who was Dr. Mary Walker? What extraordinary act, above and beyond the call of duty, in what conflict with what enemy, had earned her the nation's highest tribute for military valor? Among the facts about Dr. Mary Walker, Army surgeon, missing from the stamp announcement were these. She was an indefatigable foe of traditional female dress, male dominion, and wedding vows, and preached women's rights in an era when nobody wanted to hear about them. She was a physician, with startling ideas, among them that battlefield surgeons were amputating limbs too indiscriminately, and that common medical practices such as bleeding, blistering, and heavy doses of mercuric compounds were foolhardy. During the Civil War, while she never was actually in the Army and never an Army surgeon, she doctored, nursed, and counseled wounded, maimed, and dying soldiers, ministered to suffering civilians on both the North and South sides of the conflict, and spent 4 months in a hellhole of a Confederate prison. To the men who ran Congress, to the functionaries of the government bureaus in Washington, Mary Walker, their frequent visitor and eternal correspondent, was a cantankerous, abrasive, harassing, professional scold who was perhaps insane, but to those who saw her tiny figure hovering over their bloody pallets in the battlefield hospital tents, she was an angel of mercy. Her tendency to attract such divided opinions resurfaced in 1977, when her name was restored on the roll of Medal of Honor recipients, and again in 1982 when the postage stamp honoring her was unveiled in her hometown of Oswego. In those years, military periodicals carried letters and articles by old-school soldiers expressing doubt that Mary Walker's service in the Civil War actually warranted the medal. She was not easy to know or understand in her own time. Even her female contemporaries, stumping for the right to vote, for temperance, and for similar issues, often found her more of an embarrassment than a comrade at the barricades, and she is much more difficult to know and understand today, 86 years after her death. 2 things about her are certain. She was a child of the Victorian age, who abided by some of its mores but defied most of them, and that there is even more to her life than those heroic deeds that earned her the Medal of Honor. Chapter 1. Bunker Hill Farm. Long before the first white settlers arrived in Oswego, New York, on the eastern shore of Lake Ontario in the mid-1600s, the Iroquois people had given it its name, a word meaning the pouring out place, referring to the point where the Oswego River emptied into the Big Lake. The settlers who broke the ground and built their homesteads along the river were followed by the ancient triumvirate of advancing civilization, trade, cross, and flag. In 1775, fur traders made Oswego a port of call, and missionaries came seeking to Christianize the Indians, and British redcoats followed, building 2 forts at the mouth of the river and maintaining control of the strategic area 300 miles northwest of New York City until 1796. In the first half of the 19th century, with the river crowded with packet boat and similar seagoing traffic, its shores bedecked with grain elevators and flour mills, the town boomed. Construction of the Oswego Canal, linking the Erie Canal with Lake Ontario, resulted in heavy traffic, transporting salt from Syracuse, grain from the Midwest, and all manner of products in and out of the tiny settlement. An innovative gentleman named Thomas Kingsford added a significant chapter to Oswego's development when he devised a method to extract starch from corn, and built the world's largest starch factory in the town in 1848.